opponent, trained by Eddie Reynoso. He's a fighting pride of Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. Really needing no introduction the world over. He is a future Hall of Famer.
Professional record consisting of 23 fights, 23 victories, including 9 wins by knockout. He's originally from Matanzas, Cuba, but now living, training, and fighting out of Berlin, Germany. He is the reigning and defending undefeated IBF super middleweight champion of the world, William El Indomable Scull. And his opponent on that fight night of 3rd of May out of Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, recognized for the last decade universally as among pound for pound the best fighters in the world today. His professional record stands at 62 victories, 39 wins by knockout, 2 defeats, 2 draws. Damas y caballeros de Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, the former super welterweight world champion, former middleweight world champion, former light heavyweight world champion. He is the reigning and defending WBA, WBC, WBO super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Off of fighting people that he has some clear advantage over. Back when we were doing the Ozone podcast, we were the first to call him out for ducking. Everybody was mad at us. They thought we were Canelo haters. It's been exposed at this point. One thing I'll give Canelo credit for is that he always comes ready to fight, no matter who it is that is there to fight.
Fight fans, welcome back to Luxurytainment. In the heart of Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, under the dazzling lights of the Kingdom Arena, 2 warriors prepare to etch their names into boxing history. This isn't just a fight, it's a clash of legacies, dreams, and destinies. Welcome to the world of Luxurytainment. Saul Canelo Alvarez, the pride of Mexico, steps into the ring with a record of 62 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws, including 39 by the way of knockouts. Holding the WBA, WBC, and WBO titles, he's on a mission to reclaim the IBF belt he once vacated. Opposing him is William El Indomable Scull, the undefeated Cuban sensation with a perfect record of 23 wins with no losses. After clinching the IBF super middleweight title, Scull sees this bout as his golden ticket to global recognition. Beyond the belt, a victory for Canelo sets the stage for a monumental $150 million showdown against Terence Crawford, a fight posed to rival the grandeur of Mayweather versus Pacquiao. Canelo is widely regarded as both the most famous and marketable fighter on the planet, but this contest with Scull, the IBF belt holder at 168 pounds, is already in danger of slipping so far below the radar that barely anyone notices it. The bout, which marks the Mexican superstar's first in a 4-fight deal with Turki Al-Sheikh, is noteworthy only for that pesky undisputed tag, one that Alvarez gave up without a care in the world when he deemed the IBF mandatory Scull unworthy of a fight last year. Money talks, however, and with Alvarez supposedly considering a lucrative showpiece with Jake Paul, Al-Sheikh swooped in to present Alvarez with a contract guaranteeing even more cash. At the age of 34, Canelo Alvarez embodies the essence of a seasoned champion, known for his impeccable defense, counterpunching, and ring intelligence. He's faced and conquered some of boxing's elite. His recent unanimous decision over Edgar Berlanga showcased his enduring dominance. So let's look at his advantages. Experience: over 60 professional fights against top-tier opponents. Power: 39 knockouts, attest to his finishing ability. Ring IQ: masterful at reading opponents and adapting strategies mid-fight. Now let's look at the challenges. Physical disparity: standing at 5'7.5" with a 70.5-inch reach, he'll be contending with a taller adversary. Pressure: the looming Crawford fight adds immense pressure to secure a decisive win. So, on the other side of the ring, we have William Scull. At the age of 32, brings the finesse of Cuba's legendary amateur system. Boasting over 300 amateur bouts, his disciplined approach, combined with sharp footwork and tactical acumen, makes him a formidable opponent. Physical attributes: at 5'11" with a 73-inch reach, he holds a significant size advantage. Technical skills, precision, and adaptability define his fighting style. Momentum: an unblemished record fuels his confidence. Challenges: experience gap. This marks his first encounter with a fighter of Canelo's caliber. Power: with only 9 knockouts, questions arise about his ability to deter Canelo's aggression. Hosting this fight in Saudi Arabia's Kingdom Arena is a symbol of the nation's burgeoning influence in global sports. With a seating capacity of 6,000, the venue promises an intimate yet electrifying atmosphere. The fight's timing, 6 a.m. local, adds a unique twist, challenging both fighters' routines and adaptability. For Canelo, this marks his debut in Saudi Arabia, expanding his global footprint. For Scull, it's an opportunity to showcase his talent on an international stage, potentially altering his career trajectory. Now let's look at Canelo's strategy in this fight. Expect Canelo to employ his signature body attacks, aiming to wear down Scull over the rounds. His ability to cut off the ring and deliver counter punches could neutralize Scull's reach advantage. Scull's strategy: Scull will likely utilize his jab to keep Canelo at bay, leveraging his height and reach. Lateral movement and maintaining distance will be crucial to avoid Canelo's power shots. So, what is the likely or potential outcome in this fight? So, Canelo victory, a late round stoppage or unanimous decision capitalizing on experience and power. Or it could be a Scull upset, a disciplined, defensive masterclass leading to a points victory. However, Canelo's been here before. His experience in high-stakes fights give him the edge. However, don't underestimate Scull. His amateur pedigree and physical advantage could pose real problems. Now, the fight's location and timing might level the playing field more than people expect. Canelo Alvarez looks levels above the slick but limited William Scull. We could point to him being complacent or getting old overnight, while trying to make a case for Scull. But even if both become apparent, he should still have enough to win this one as comfortably as he's won every bout since the 2022 loss to Dimitri Bivol. Perhaps the biggest question surrounding this contest is whether Scull turns out to be so overmatched that we see Canelo's first stoppage victory since 2021. It's certainly a possibility, yet the feeling, one ingrained from getting so used to seeing Alvarez coast to 12-round decision wins, and if that is the case, this will be a lopsided points victory. The best laid plans don't always work out. Take Friday night's event in Times Square as a typical example. Ryan Garcia, fresh off a drug ban, lost to Rolando Romero and stifled the life out of a rematch with Devin Haney in the process. In the end, it proved again that constructing silly fights for silly titles purely to build anticipation in future fights is a risky game to play.
All that being said, for me, Canelo has in recent history made a killing off of fighting people that he has some clear advantage over. Back when we were doing the Ozone podcast, we were the first to call him out for ducking. Everybody was mad at us. They thought we were Canelo haters. It's been exposed at this point. Yeah. One thing I'll give Canelo credit for is that he always comes ready to fight, no matter who it is that is there to fight. He's not giving passes. That's what he's not doing. He's a champion. The lights are not too bright for Canelo Alvarez ever, which I always appreciate from any athlete. I don't know much about William Scull, but I feel like if they made the fight, he must have some clear advantages that he feels like over Scull. And I don't anticipate this to be anything but another sparring type thing for Canelo, not as a disrespect to Scull, but because everybody seems to come in and do the same thing. Everybody says what they're gonna do and they're ready and blah blah blah, and then when the bell rings, we see people turn into Canelo fans into the ring. We see the fact that they're so happy to be there and that they got their payday, that they're gonna play their role in this thing, as opposed to kind of like what you were just talking about, Sean. And if you're Rolly and saying, you know what, hey man, if you're gonna knock me out, but I'm going for mine. Because we've seen him fight guys, going back to Canelo, we've seen him fight guys who in theory have the tools to beat him, but they are starstruck, and his skill set then in turn complements their starstruck level that then he puts it on. It's a very, I know that kind of sounds weird, but I think you guys dig what I'm saying. Yeah. When we saw him fight B-Ball wasn't starstruck. B-Ball didn't have an excess of respect for Canelo Alvarez. As a matter of fact, B-Ball had never lost, and he's thinking to himself, why should I lose? I'm the champ. And we don't usually see that. We saw it with Charlo. We've seen it with all of the champs that he cleaned out at 68. We see that he still didn't have any interest in fighting David Benavidez. And so there's a reason he's fighting William Scull. Nothing would make me happier than to wake up and to hear that there was an upset in the desert. But I have respect for Canelo not allowing that to happen.
All that said, I'm going to go real quick to tell. All that said, though, William Scull is cut from the Cuban cloth. They don't give a damn who you are.
6 foot.
They are like I refer to them as machines, and I used to always hate when people would talk about the Cuban fighters. I'm like, come on. But I've watched them. I've studied them. They truly are machines. I've said this before. They're very what's the word that I used before? They're very systematic. Whatever they do that. You can't stop them from doing what they do. You have to force them to get away from what they do so very well. And most of them are so strong mentally, again, and being locked in at what they do well. Styles make fights. William Scull has the perfect style to beat Canelo Alvarez. He's not going to come into the ring and not beat William Scull. What it's going to take is Canelo doing something that he hasn't done in a very long time, which is actually step up, put that foot on the gas pedal, and keep it on the gas pedal. If he does not do that, you will wake up to him having a upset loss in the desert, as you just said, Big O, because William Scull has size, has power, has speed, is Cuban. He's a southpaw, if I'm not mistaken. He might be a switch hitter.
All Cubans are southpaws.
He might be a switch hitter, but he's.
I think he is.
Is he orthodox?
Boxrec says orthodox.
He is. He is orthodox. He is orthodox. But he's, like I said, he's very systematic. And the thing that does get them off of that is hitting them hard. So, but Canelo's got to be able to step up and take those chances and hit them hard. Not be too patient. Not be the experienced fighter. I'll catch up to you eventually. The rounds will go. And then the thing that Canelo isn't able to do now, because of the mileage that he's got on him, is turn it up. He's got to actually come to the ring with it turned up and fight there. And as it turns down, he's already pulled a lot out of his opponents. That's what he's not doing now. He's coming into the ring trying to turn it up, and he can't turn it up no more. So he's got to come to the ring with it already turned up, and pull it away from his fighter. That way, as he starts to decline, his opponent does too.
Come on, give us some. Give us some.
Did you say 75?
As the world watches, two paths converge in Riyadh. For Canelo, it's about legacy and setting up a historic clash with Crawford. For William Scull, it's the chance to shock the world and redefine his career. In the realm of luxurytainment, where opulence meets adrenaline, this bout promises not just a fight, but an unforgettable spectacle. Join us as we witness history in the making. Please like, subscribe, and have a great day.
I wanna see that.
Shut up. Shut up. When I talk, shut up.
I don't wanna
When I talk, shut up.
I don't wanna shut up.
When I talk, shut up. When
I
I
don't
talk,
wanna
shut up. When I talk,
And then
shut
what?
up.
What are you gonna do?
Too easy, a shot like that are too hard to be against the ropes. Big right hand breaks through. Lomachenko a moment ago with a nice sweeping left hook there from Munguia. Overhead punches. Big right hand gets through. Straight left hooks again. Hard left hook there.